Down House, Kent, 1844. A man in his mid-30s sits at a desk cluttered with beetle specimens and pigeon breeding notes. He finishes the final page of a manuscript that will eventually rewrite the story of life on Earth. He folds it and seals it. He writes a short note to his wife, instructions for what to do with it if he dies before he finds the courage to publish. Then he locks it in a drawer. For the next 14 years, he tells almost no one it exists. By 1844, Darwin wasn't a reckless adventurer anymore. He was a respected naturalist with a growing family and a carefully built reputation. Emma, his wife, was devoutly religious. His social circle treated the church and the laboratory as close neighbors. He had everything a man could want to protect, which meant he also had everything a controversial idea could destroy. When Darwin finally told a close friend, he didn't describe it like a breakthrough. He said it was like confessing a murder. The moment he started speaking in the language of guilt was the moment the fear stopped being hypothetical. So Darwin did what disciplined, frightened people often do. He buried himself in more research. For 8 years, he immersed himself in the anatomy of barnacles. It looked like diligence. It functioned like a hiding place. Research is supposed to bring you closer to being ready. His was quietly designed to keep him from ever arriving. In June 1858, a package arrived from a naturalist named Alfred Russel Wallace, writing from the Malay archipelago. Inside was an essay outlining the exact mechanism of natural selection Darwin had sealed in that drawer 14 years earlier. The fear he'd spent 2 decades avoiding didn't ask his permission before arriving. It simply showed up in the Morning Post. The same summer, tragedy compounded the pressure. Darwin's young son, Charles Waring, died of scarlet fever. He was too devastated to attend the reading at the Linnean Society, where his and Wallace's ideas were presented jointly. Grieving, exhausted, and finally out of time to hide, Darwin spent 13 months racing to compress his argument into an abstract. He didn't finish the work because he'd finally become brave. He finished it because delay had stopped being an option. On November 24, 1859, On the Origin of Species went on sale, and the entire first printing sold out in a single day. Within months, the world was locked in furious debate, most famously at Oxford in 1860. Thomas Huxley squared off against Bishop Samuel Wilberforce in front of a packed hall. Huxley's reaction to the theory was simple. How extremely stupid not to have thought of that myself. The exact idea Darwin feared would destroy him became, within a year, the idea the world couldn't stop arguing about. That sealed envelope from 1844, with its instructions for his wife, never had to be opened that way. Its contents ended up printed, bound, and argued over in the halls of Oxford by the very people he feared most. The secret he thought was too dangerous became one of the most celebrated ideas in history. It was unsealed not by courage arriving on schedule, but by the world simply refusing to wait for him any longer.